Hey everybody, Dr. Charlie here, looking a little scruffier than usual after pardon my appearance. It has been a hectic few days this week, yesterday especially. So as you know, on Saturday, Governor Wolf called for a 14-day mitigation period beginning Sunday, March 15th, calling for the temporary closure of all non-essential retail businesses being done in a means to slow the spread of this virus. With us being a medical office being excluded from this non-essential retail business category, we went through with our normal office hours this week as of Monday up until yesterday when we got an email from the Department of Labor with an order from Governor Wolf that says Governor Wolf ordered all non-life sustaining businesses in Pennsylvania to close physical locations as of 8 p.m. today, which was yesterday, March 19th, to slow the spread of this COVID-19 virus. So that does include us to a degree. We've actually been talking with the Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association, who has been in touch with Governor Wolf's office with a little bit of clarification. So this does impact our office hours, but it doesn't technically close us all together during this time. And I just want to put out this video to let everyone know how exactly that does impact us in this time period. And so how this order impacts us is our normal office hours. We are complying with Governor Wolf's order with this closure. However, the PA Chiropractic Association, who has been in touch with various state officials and the governor's office, has stated that the list that has been sent out in terms of what's termed life-sustaining businesses, medical offices are included on that, but they are asking everyone to prohibit elective procedures. So for us, that would be anyone in any types of supportive or maintenance type care. However, what they do allow for, and again, I'll just look to here to make sure I have this worded right, emergent care, urgent care, active care, people in active pain, these people can still be seen as long as our office is open within the CDC guidelines, which we have been from day one when we found out about this. So long story short, and it is getting a little bit technical, temporarily our office is closed in terms of our normal office hours through today, tomorrow, and through next week. Based on this 14-day mitigation period initially set forth for the non-essential retail businesses, this began on Sunday, March 15th, with an end date of Saturday, March 28th. If this is kept in place, we will have a tentative return to our normal office hours on Monday, March 30th. However, we're not even holding our breath with this. This has been a fluid situation on so many levels, and I've heard people describe this situation as Niagara Falls type fluid in terms of everything, which is a good thing, which means we are doing what we can, everyone, not only us, but state officials, local city state officials, in terms of doing everything that's needed to be able to stop the spread of this virus, which is very important. We've all heard the term this week, we need to flatten the curve, and this is all being done in a means of helping flatten this curve and getting this virus in our rearview mirror. And in all honesty, before this order even came down, closing the office was something that I was weighing as this week went on. It was never necessarily in the back of my mind. It was clearly in the front of maximizing everyone's health and safety as they come in here. I say jokingly, but also in all seriousness, the office has never been this clean. And I don't say that to mean that it wasn't before, but learning about this virus and ways to reduce the transmission risks, we have taken those steps and then some to maximize the health and safety of everyone who comes in here. And we've mapped out from each point of the office as people who come in that their health and safety is our top concern and maximized. We've disinfected our chairs in our reception area and the different surfaces here on our scanners. We have made sure that the front desk is Lysoled and disinfected on the different surfaces here. We've made sure our treatment tables are cleaned and disinfected on a regular basis throughout the day, and the same thing with our adjusting room. What has come to mind with me as this week is going on, as we're learning more information, statistics, and symptoms, what stood out to me was the lack of symptoms, this being called an invisible danger. The closure for non-essential businesses in this mitigation period is not to call into question the hygiene or the cleanliness of these businesses who have been asked to close. They're doing this as a means of keeping people who should be staying home, potentially having the virus, from going out and going into that business, no matter how clean they keep it, and potentially infecting everyone in that storefront, everyone in that business, the shop owners, their customers, and in turn everyone that they come into contact with, which is going against everything that's being done to stop the spread of this. We are trying to flatten the curve. These non-essential businesses being open increases the risk for this virus to be spread. So I know some people aren't fans of these businesses being closed, the shop owners themselves and the customers, but it's a necessary step that has to be taken to stop the spread of this virus and get this behind us. So, as strange as it is to say, when this order came down yesterday, I actually felt good seeing it. It just confirmed to me that I was moving in the right direction, keeping everyone's health and safety in mind in terms of reducing the spread of this virus. This order essentially just makes the decision for us in terms of closing our normal office hours. But with the health and safety of everyone in mind, I can keep this place, we can all keep this place here as clean as possible. Business owners, shop owners can keep their businesses as clean as possible. But this is a virus that people can have but don't show any symptoms initially. So no matter how clean we keep our place here or someone keeps their business, all it takes is someone being infected who has this coming into those spaces and potentially infecting the shop owners, the customers, everyone that they come into contact with. So this is just our way of doing our part to help slow the spread of this, as everyone should be taking the steps at home that we've all heard of. Wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Everything really that we can do to slow the spread and transmission of this virus. So going into a little bit more detail of how this impacts us, while our normal office hours are temporarily suspended at this time in terms of this ordered closure, as I said, we are allowed to treat people who are in active and acute pain and emergency cases. Everyone who is currently on our schedule, I'm in the process of reaching out to everyone, not so much to reschedule them just yet because we don't know when exactly that date will be. Our tentative date to return to normal hours based on this mitigation period is Monday, March 30th. However, it would not surprise me one bit if this mitigation period is extended. So we're getting in touch with everyone to let them know about what's going on and likely getting back in touch with everyone when we have a date, when we can reopen. To be able to get everyone back on their normal routines, back on their schedules, back on track. In the meantime, it sounds a little strange to say, but we are working on an emergency by appointment type basis. I know that sounds a little strange, but I will be coming in each day throughout the week just to check on a few things, see if we have any messages, any calls to return. If you are actively in pain, if this is an emergency situation, please call the office. Leave your name, number, and your message, and I will get in touch with you, and I will try to coordinate being able to get people in to be seen that needed active pain, emergency cases, to be able to try to coordinate you guys being able to come in at the times that I am here to check on everything. And in the meantime, between now and when we're given the go-ahead to return to our normal office hours, I will do my best in keeping everyone posted with any developments that we hear, any news we hear as we come along. This is something that we have all seen the last few days. We've all been getting constant emails, almost hourly, in terms of different businesses and companies, in terms of how they are handling this outbreak, how this impacts their operation, different things like this. I'm keeping my eye out to find out when we get this go-ahead, when this order is lifted, to be able to return to our normal office hours, and I will let everyone know as quickly as I can. In the meantime, in terms of staying updated with everything, I'll do my best to get as much info as I can on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I always make sure to put the most current information in terms of this on our office website, lowerbuckstotalhealth.com. If anyone would like to call us, if you have any questions or concerns about what's going on during this time period, give us a call, 215-788-3608. Or if you'd like to shoot me an email, it is Dr. Charlie, drcharlie, at lowerbuckstotalhealth.com. So in wrapping this up, I would really call on everyone to keep doing what we've all been instructed to do and doing our part to slow the spread and the transmission of this virus. Wash your hands frequently. Disinfect the various surfaces in your home. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Social distancing. those with pre-existing conditions, respiratory especially, and those who are immunocompromised, even people who just feel a little off. Uh, Err on the side of caution. Stay safe. Stay home. As we've heard, this is a virus that people can have without showing any outward symptoms. Something I've heard this week is act as if you have the virus. So, with that in mind, be careful in where you go and who you come into contact with, as we all take the steps to minimize the transmission of this virus. With as much information that has been out there recently, sports are closed, businesses are closed. The news coverage only has coronavirus to report on, and because of that, a lot of people are getting worried, panicked with this. There are some people who, quite frankly, are scared. And what I've told those people who've come in here and we've talked about in the last 2 weeks, quite simply, you can't control what everyone else does, but what you can control is what you do. So with that in mind, do your part to reduce the transmission risks of this virus and help flatten the curve to be able to get this disease behind us and in our rearview mirror. Be smart. Be safe. I'll keep everyone updated as I get information in terms of when we can return to our normal office hours. As soon as I get them, I'll post them here for you guys. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves.